Someone on social media called Robert posted an interesting photograph to a cryptid group. He explained that he has always been an avid outdoorsman and described himself as a man who found peace in being outdoors. He had set up a trail camera deep within the woods, hoping to capture glimpses of the wildlife that called this place home. It had become a cherished pastime, reviewing the footage and discovering the hidden lives of the creatures that roamed the forest under the cover of darkness. One evening, as he sat on his porch, he decided to check the trail camera. He grabbed a flashlight and made his way through the dense thicket to where the camera was hidden among the trees. It was a familiar routine, but little did he know that this particular night would be unlike any other. As he retrieved the memory card from the camera, he noticed that it had captured the usual deers and raccoons, but on this occasion there was something different about the footage. However, illuminated by the camera's light was a creature unlike anything he had ever seen before. It was hovering close to the camera, with large wings that stretched out behind it. The creature had glowing red eyes that seemed to pierce through the darkness, and it resembled the legendary Mothman, a creature that has fascinated and perplexed generations of people since its first reported sighting in the 1960s. With its distinctive appearance, alleged paranormal abilities, and ties to tragic events, the Mothman has carved a unique niche in the world of urban legends. He reported that the creature must have been flying past the camera, as this was the only time that it appeared on the trail camera's memory card. He carefully extracted the memory card and rushed back to his cabin. He needed to analyze the footage more closely to understand what he had captured on camera. He examined the footage, but couldn't find any logical explanation for the creature's appearance. It wasn't a bird, nor was it any known animal in the region. The Mothman, a creature of urban legend, had seemingly materialized before his very eyes. As with most mysterious photographs, it was uploaded online, and people quickly gave their opinions on what they thought it was. Some suggested that it was fake, some said that it might be a species of moth, while others said that it's genuine and matches eyewitnesses' descriptions of the Mothman. As of right now, it's difficult to prove whether these sightings are genuine, but that hasn't stopped people from coming forward with their encounters. Deep within the folklore of the Appalachian region in the United States lies a creature that has captivated the imaginations of many, the Mothman. This enigmatic cryptid is said to be a winged creature with glowing red eyes, haunting the dark corners of small towns and instilling fear in those who encounter it. The legend of the Mothman has endured for decades, with numerous sightings, stories, and theories surrounding its existence. The narrative of the Mothman story has undergone transformations and variations throughout the years. In the year 1966, a significant transformation was on the horizon for Point Pleasant, a quaint town nestled in the state of West Virginia. Prior to this event, Point Pleasant didn't boast many notable occurrences or events that sparked public interest. However, the upcoming events were destined to change the course of history for this seemingly ordinary town. In this idyllic and close-knit rural community, the inhabitants thrived on their exceptional agricultural practices, predominantly focusing on their agricultural pursuits and cherishing the tranquility of their surroundings. Preferring to remain largely unnoticed, they seldom attracted any significant external notice, and the absence of any momentous or thrilling events became a defining characteristic of this peaceful hamlet. On the fateful day of November 15th, 1966, a significant and transformative event was about to alter the lives of the inhabitants of Point Pleasant. Roger Scarberry, a local resident, embarked on a journey towards the town through the scenic McClintic Wildlife Management Area, a charming nature reserve located a mere 7 miles away. Accompanied by his wife Linda, cousin Lonnie Button, and their dear friends Steve and Mary Mallette, what unfolded before them was nothing short of extraordinary and unprecedented in nature. In this mesmerizing turn of events, their senses were captivated by something truly extraordinary, defying all expectations. The McClintic area, known for its historical significance as the former site of the old West Virginia Ordnance Works, a clandestine laboratory dedicated to producing TNT during the Second World War, has emerged as a popular destination for young people seeking a getaway from the prying eyes of the public. With its rich heritage and intriguing past, This secluded location offers a unique retreat for the youth of the time to congregate and engage in recreational activities. The car came to an abrupt stop, catching the attention of the occupants. To their surprise, they spotted two distinct red lights at the gate, lights that hadn't been there before. As the group fixated their gaze on the lights, a peculiar realization began to sink in. These were not mere lights, but rather the ominous, glowing red eyes of a mysterious creature. The creature, whose presence had gone unnoticed initially, now cunningly made its way towards the car, causing a mix of curiosity and fear to surge through the group. They couldn't help but wonder about the intentions and nature of this enigmatic being. The towering creature, measuring at least 7 feet in height and adorned with imposing wings on its back, stood resolutely. Faced with this formidable presence, the occupants of the car swiftly made the informed decision to retreat, accelerating in reverse. However, defying all expectations, the creature effortlessly took to the skies, pursuing the fleeing vehicle. Even at a breakneck speed of 100 miles per hour, the car was no match for the relentless pace of this extraordinary beast, which kept up without breaking a sweat. Its unparalleled agility and speed left the passengers awestruck as they marveled at its ability to effortlessly maintain the pursuit. Upon their arrival at the Mason County Courthouse, the unidentified creature suddenly ascended into the night sky, marking a significant event that has been documented as the inaugural sighting of the infamous Mothman. According to available records, this remarkable occurrence represents the earliest recorded encounter with the creature that has since become known as the Mothman. Hurrying back to town to urgently share their sighting, the children crossed paths with Deputy Millard Halstead. Having known these youngsters since their early years, Halstead could vouch for their honesty and credibility, and he willingly lent an ear to their account. Recognizing the significance of their story, he took it seriously and attentively listened to each witness, adopting a systematic approach by conversing with them individually to ensure the verification of details from each perspective. Each and every witness present shared an identical narrative, corroborating the authenticity of their accounts. The deputy keenly observed that the children's distress was palpable, leaving no room for doubt or suspicion regarding their credibility. In order to unravel the mystery that had gripped the children with genuine fear, the deputy decided to accompany them back to the abandoned TNT factory, where the inexplicable incident had occurred. Their intention was to thoroughly investigate and uncover the source of the eerie phenomenon. However, despite their diligent efforts, the exploration yielded no tangible evidence or explanation for the terrifying encounter, leaving them puzzled and perplexed. As news quickly circulated throughout the town, a wave of speculations and gossip stirred up, fueling the curiosity of the locals who were eager to uncover the truth behind the recent discovery. Fueled by excitement and armed with determination, the townspeople embarked on a fervent quest to track down this extraordinary creature. Little did they know, destiny had a different path in store for them, as the elusive beast had roamed far beyond their vicinity, awaiting its next encounter. On that fateful evening, Marcella Bennett found herself paying a visit to the Thomas family, who happened to reside in close proximity to the notorious TNT area. As she drew nearer to her vehicle, intending to embark on her journey home, her attention was abruptly captured by an astonishing sight. A colossal figure, bearing the unmistakable traits of a humanoid being, materialized before her very eyes, its massive wings poised behemoth-like. The intruder's penetrating gaze, accompanied by crimson irises, sent a shiver down Marcella's spine, freezing her in place, unable to move a muscle. After managing to break away from its intense gaze, she swiftly retreated inside her house, ensuring the safety of her daughter. Overwhelmed by fear and urgency, she promptly dialed the police, alerting them to the unsettling encounter. In addition, she felt compelled to reach out to the other witnesses, seeking solidarity and validation in their shared experience. Persisting in her account, she went on to disclose that the enigmatic Mothman had ventured further, brazenly peeking through the windows of her residence. As time went on, a growing number of speculations about sightings emerged throughout the entire region. In addition, additional residents of neighboring towns began to speak out and share the specific details they had personally uncovered. However, A significant portion of individuals harbored a genuine fear that they would be labeled as deceitful or mentally unstable if they were to openly disclose the harrowing experiences that plagued the small community. Hence, they chose to remain silent and withhold the horrors that the town was enduring. Over the course of time, an increasing number of individuals began to emerge, each with their own account of encountering the enigmatic Mothman. Gradually, but swiftly, the entire community became convinced that they were the targets of an otherworldly presence, a being that defied all existing knowledge of earthly creatures. This unexplained phenomenon challenged their understanding and left them bewildered as they grappled with the notion of an extraordinary entity assaulting their very existence. Over the course of the following year, numerous locals had the opportunity to observe its structure, while talented sketch artists painstakingly pieced together a concept art that aimed to depict its appearance as described by witnesses. Throughout this process, one striking and consistent feature that stood out was the mesmerizing crimson hue of its eyes. However, an intriguing conundrum persisted, as no one could definitively ascertain the true nature of its face. The allure of the eyes was so intense that the intricate details of its facial features remained elusive and enigmatic, engrossing the imagination of all who encountered it. The Mothman's peculiar attribute was its ability to effortlessly take flight, defying the conventional necessity of generating lift with its wings. Instead, it would simply ascend, almost as if propelled by an unseen engine. According to specialists in the field, individuals were informed that the aforementioned being was simply a sandhill crane, a species that bears a striking resemblance to a human in terms of its size and possesses an impressive wingspan. These cranes are also distinctive due to their reddish eyes. However, this particular crane had ventured beyond its accustomed territory, presumably indicating a departure from its usual habitat. After the tragic event of the Silver Bridge collapse on December 15, 1967, the sightings of the enigmatic Mothman mysteriously ceased. There has been a notable absence of any further reported sightings since then, leading to a widely held belief that there might be a connection between the Mothman's presence and the bridge itself, as well as the disaster that unfolded. This has sparked speculation and theories, suggesting that the Mothman was somehow drawn to the town by the bridge and its subsequent collapse. The official narrative surrounding the Mothman is undeniably intriguing and has sparked considerable analysis over the years. Numerous attempts have been made to comprehend the true nature and essence of this enigmatic creature. The subject of the Mothman, for the majority of individuals, presents a perplexing conundrum that eludes easy explanation. Even with the existence of an official account pertaining to the Mothman, the level of scrutiny and analysis surrounding this elusive entity remains captivatingly profound. One individual who extensively researched the potential behind the Mothman not being merely a terrifying legend was the renowned folklorist Jan Harold Brunvand. Brunvand observed that the Mothman garnered significant attention in the media for a substantial period, becoming as commonplace as UFO sightings and various other paranormal phenomena. If one were to explore extensively, they would encounter a plethora of intriguing theories and speculations about the Mothman, similar to those concerning ghosts, monsters, werewolves, and extraterrestrial beings. The Mothman phenomenon, according to Brunvand, transcends mere folklore and stands as a subject worthy of in-depth analysis and comprehensive exploration. According to Brunvand, the original story mentioned earlier attracted the attention of approximately at least 100 people, with numerous others too afraid to share their experiences. However, as time passed, the information Brunvand gathered from various accounts of the Mothman incident revealed that most of the stories lacked substantial evidence. Interestingly, there existed a clear link between the anecdotes provided by individuals who had no concrete proof to support their claims. This correlation raises questions about the credibility and reliability of these sources. Despite the initial buzz surrounding the event, subsequent examination and analysis have cast doubt on the veracity of the Mothman story. Undoubtedly, a significant number of the narratives were directly extracted from children's literature, which not only enhanced their vibrant characteristics but also diminished their authenticity. Additionally, experts in the realm of paranormal activity often speculate that, if the Mothman indeed exists, It is a being of supernatural origin, adding an extra layer of intrigue to this enigmatic entity. Undoubtedly, John Keel, the renowned author of the highly acclaimed book published in 1975, titled The Mothman Prophecies, made bold assertions regarding the inhabitants of Point Pleasant. According to Keel, these residents not only experienced premonitions of the tragic Silver Bridge collapse, but also encountered a plethora of intriguing details involving unidentified flying objects, unexplained visits from enigmatic men in black, and a myriad of spine-chilling paranormal phenomena. However, it is vital to note that despite the terror-inducing nature of these claims, they lack substantial foundation or concrete evidence to substantiate their occurrence. Despite the prevailing tendency to dismiss the existence of the Mothman as a mere hoax, or possibly misidentifying other creatures such as barred owls or albino owls, it is important to note that this phenomenon cannot be completely disregarded. The presence of numerous cultural references dedicated to this enigmatic creature serves as a testament to its enduring intrigue. From artistic tributes to literary works, the Mothman has left an indelible mark on our collective consciousness, challenging us to delve deeper into the mysteries of its existence. Although many individuals visit the museum in Point Pleasant to explore the exhibits and listen to the stories, only a select few truly embrace the accounts as genuine. While the concept of the Mothman may initially seem implausible, there exists a wealth of narratives and additional details that contribute to the allure and enchantment of the Mothman prophecy. In this comprehensive exploration, we will delve into numerous prevalent theories surrounding this mysterious creature, shedding light on its reputed role as a harbinger of impending calamity. By expanding upon the existing literature, we aim to deepen our understanding and appreciation of the Mothman phenomenon. One cannot help but be intrigued by the plethora of stories and anecdotes that accompany the Mothman legend, lending it a certain mystical quality. The Mothman's story is captivating due to its association with being a harbinger of tragedy, similar to the iconic Grim Reaper. This connection adds an intriguing dimension to the narrative, especially considering its involvement in the bridge collapse of December 1967. Understandably, this element has become an integral part of the story, enhancing its allure. However, as with any compelling supernatural tale, there is always conflicting evidence that raises doubts about the Mothman's methods. By exploring multiple perspectives and considering these conflicting details, we are compelled to question the true nature of the Mothman phenomenon. Delving into the depths of this enigmatic entity's presence and its alleged predictive abilities, we encounter a wealth of information that enriches our understanding and compels us to contemplate the mysteries at play. The Mothman has garnered a significant belief among people, surpassing the mere label of an urban myth or a misidentified crane. And this belief is not merely based on the number of witnesses, but rather on the credibility of those witnesses. It is noteworthy that the majority of individuals who have spotted the Mothman are experienced hunters and animal experts who possess a higher level of expertise in identifying unusual wildlife phenomena. Their ability to not only recognize the presence of the Mothman, but also to discern if it represents something more extraordinary, indicates that there may be a deeper element to this phenomenon. This observation adds a layer of credibility and intrigue to the Mothman narrative, pushing it beyond the boundaries of mere speculation into a realm that demands closer scrutiny and exploration. Considering that the TNT area was initially designated as a zone where hazardous waste could potentially seep out and pose risks to the underground dwellings known as igloos, is it truly inconceivable to speculate that something truly terrifying may have arisen as a consequence of that situation? Given the potential for toxic substances to escape into the surrounding environment, one cannot help but wonder if any alarming occurrences have transpired as a result. While it is possible for a crane or some other bird to resemble a monster, experienced hunters would undoubtedly possess the skills necessary to differentiate between the two. One of the key aspects surrounding the Mothman phenomenon is its potential association with a harbinger of disaster. Numerous sightings of unidentified flying objects occurred concurrently with the appearance of the Mothman. Interestingly, these UFO sightings were swiftly followed by encounters with mysterious figures known as the Men in Black, as mentioned earlier. Based on the accounts of numerous witnesses, this depiction aligns with their experiences and bears truth. According to additional witnesses, their certainty regarding the creature being a herald of doom stems from the subsequent events that unfolded. It is worth noting that the significant collapse of the Silver Bridge took place during the height of the Mothman sightings, leading many to draw a seemingly convenient connection between the two. This correlation between the sightings and the tragic incident prompts a more thorough examination of the circumstances surrounding the Mothman phenomenon and its potential implications. Determining the true events surrounding the Mothman's involvement in the bridge collapse can be quite challenging, to be completely frank, and it heavily relies on the source you consult. According to certain witnesses, the Mothman was reportedly spotted on the bridge on the very day it tragically collapsed. However, despite the subsequent investigation uncovering a faulty eyebar as the primary cause, there remains a persistent belief among some that the Mothman played a role in the incident. This divergence of opinion highlights the complexity of the situation, with different perspectives offering nuanced explanations. When exploring the intriguing origins and purpose behind the enigmatic Mothman, countless tales emerge, surpassing the abundance of narratives surrounding any other mythical creature. From the legends of long-deceased Native American chieftains, whose presence allegedly birthed a haunting curse, to the captivating notion of an otherworldly prophet crossing dimensions to forewarn humanity, the breadth of possibilities regarding the manifestation and existence of the Mothman is truly remarkable. Delving into the depths of these stories, we unearth a wealth of fascinating accounts that aim to enrich our understanding of this elusive creature, its genesis, and its profound significance. The mystery of the Owlman of Cornwall. Nestled along the rugged coastline of Cornwall, England, lies the picturesque village of Mornan Smith, a place steeped in history, folklore, and natural beauty. Yet, beneath the serene facade of this idyllic locale lurks a mystery that has intrigued both locals and visitors for decades: the enigmatic Cornish Owlman of Mornan. With its eerie sightings, eerie descriptions, and unexplained phenomena, the Owlman stands as one of the United Kingdom's most puzzling cryptids. The story of the Cornish Owlman traces its origins back to April 17, 1976, when June and Vicky Melling were on vacation with their family in Mornan Smith. While exploring the woods near the village's medieval church, they reported an unsettling encounter with a strange, owl-like creature. Their detailed descriptions of the creature depicted a humanoid figure with feathered wings, glowing eyes, and sharp claws. The encounter was marked by an overwhelming sense of dread, and the girls' terrified screams alerted their family, who rushed to their aid. The Melling family's account of the Owlman sighting quickly gained local attention, and soon, other residents came forward with their own reports of unusual sightings. The Owlman had seemingly emerged from obscurity to captivate the collective imagination of the community. Following the initial sighting, Mornan Smith became a hub for paranormal enthusiasts and curious onlookers. Over the years, several other sightings and encounters with the Owlman were reported, and witnesses described the creature as standing approximately 5 feet tall, with dark feathered wings that resembled those of an owl. Its head was said to be round, with piercing, glowing red eyes that radiated an eerie, hypnotic luminescence. Witnesses often reported a sense of dread and foreboding in the creature's presence, which left a lasting psychological impact. One particularly noteworthy sighting occurred in 1989, when a group of youths encountered the Owlman near the church. The creature was said to have emitted an ear-piercing screech before taking flight and disappearing into the night. This incident added to the growing catalogue of sightings, solidifying the Owlman's reputation as a mysterious and potentially malevolent presence in the area. Numerous theories have been proposed to explain the phenomenon of the Cornish Owlman. Skeptics argue that many Owlman sightings could be attributed to misidentified birds, such as large owls or birds of prey, that may appear more imposing in dim lighting conditions. Fear and anxiety in unfamiliar situations might also lead to exaggerated descriptions. Psychologists have suggested that the legend of the Owlman may be rooted in folklore and mass hysteria. The power of suggestion and the influence of the media could have played a role in perpetuating the sightings. Cryptid enthusiasts maintain that the Cornish Owlman is a genuine, undiscovered creature. They argue that the consistent descriptions across multiple sightings and the lingering sense of fear lend credibility to the notion that an unknown entity resides in Mornan Smith. The Cornish owlman continues to be shrouded in mystery and intrigue, with several enduring enigmas. The foremost question surrounding the owlman is whether it exists as a tangible physical creature or as a product of folklore, psychological phenomena, or hoaxes. Despite decades of reported sightings, concrete evidence remains elusive. Witnesses consistently report feelings of fear, dread, and unease during owlman encounters. Understanding the psychological impact of these sightings and the nature of the entity responsible is a topic of ongoing debate. The legend of the Cornish owlman has left an indelible mark on the village of Morn and Smith, attracting visitors and paranormal enthusiasts alike. It has become a part of local folklore and continues to be a subject of fascination for those who visit the area. The Cornish owlman of Mornan remains an enduring enigma, a cryptid that has fascinated and perplexed generations of witnesses, enthusiasts, and skeptics. Whether viewed as a tangible entity, a product of folklore, or a psychological phenomenon, the owlman stands as a testament to the enduring allure of the unexplained and the mysteries that continue to captivate our collective imagination. As long as the legend persists, so too will the fascination with the mysterious and elusive Cornish owlman. Interestingly, over the years, a number of people have taken to social media to share their encounters with the Mothman creature. One amateur journalist shared their story. The small town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, had long been known for its picturesque charm, nestled beside the meandering Ohio River. However, it was also famous for something far more ominous, the legend of the Mothman, a creature that had haunted the town's collective imagination for decades. On a fateful summer night, Mr. Simmons, an amateur journalist, would find himself thrust into a world of darkness and terror as he had a chilling encounter with the Mothman. He had arrived in Point Pleasant to investigate the Mothman phenomenon for a local news outlet and described himself as being a rational man, driven by the desire to uncover the truth behind the legends that had captured the town's fascination. As the sun dipped below the horizon on the evening of his arrival, he was determined to explore the eerie tales that surrounded the creature. His journey began at the dilapidated Silver Bridge, the site of the tragic collapse that had claimed the lives of 46 people in 1967, an event inexorably linked to the Mothman sightings. He stood on the riverbank, gazing at the steel girders that rose out of the dark water like skeletal fingers, and a sense of foreboding washed over him, but he shook it off as mere superstition. Mark's investigation led him to the dilapidated remnants of an abandoned munitions factory on the outskirts of town, a place rumoured to be a hotspot for Mothman sightings. Armed with a camera and recorder, he ventured into the darkness, determined to capture any evidence that could shed light on the legend. The night was moonless, the sky a tapestry of stars that provided little illumination. Mark's flashlight pierced the inky blackness as he navigated the decaying industrial complex. His footsteps echoed through the silence, a stark reminder of the desolation that surrounded him. As he explored the factory's labyrinthine corridors, Mark's skepticism began to wane. Eerie sounds filled the air, rustling, flapping, and a low, haunting hum. He began to sense that he was not alone, that something unseen was watching him. Turning a corner, his flashlight caught a glimpse of something that froze his blood, a pair of glowing crimson eyes, high above him, perched on a steel beam. The eyes were unlike anything he had ever seen, piercing and hypnotic, and they stared down at him with an unrelenting malevolence. Heart pounding, the eyes quickly vanished into the shadows. Determined to press on, he continued deeper into the factory, guided by the eerie sounds that seemed to surround him. It was as if the very air was filled with whispers and phantom movements. The oppressive atmosphere weighed on him, and he questioned the wisdom of his pursuit. Suddenly, a deafening screech echoed through the factory, shattering the silence. It was a sound that chilled him to his core, a high-pitched, unearthly shriek that seemed to emanate from all directions. Panic surged within him as he fumbled for his flashlight, casting its beam wildly around him. And then he saw it, the Mothman, perched on a rusted catwalk high above him. Its appearance was as grotesque as the descriptions he had heard, a towering humanoid figure with tattered leathery wings that spanned nearly 15 feet. Its body was covered in mottled greyish-brown feathers, and its eyes, those crimson orbs of dread, bore into his soul. For a moment, they were locked in a horrifying tableau, the journalist, and the cryptid. His rational mind struggled to comprehend the unearthly creature before him, but fear held him in its grip. The Mothman's screech grew louder, a cacophony of terror that seemed to reverberate through the very fabric of reality. Without warning, the creature unfurled its wings and took flight, its massive form casting a shadow over Mark as it soared through the factory's cavernous interior. His instincts screamed at him to flee, and he sprinted back the way he had come, his heart pounding in his chest. As he burst from the factory into the night air, he looked back one last time to see the Mothman perched atop the factory's roof, its red eyes piercing the darkness, and then, with another blood-curdling screech, it vanished into the night, leaving Mark shaken and breathless. Mark's encounter with the Mothman would haunt him for the rest of his life. He had gone to Point Pleasant seeking answers, but what he had found was a night of unearthly terror that defied explanation. The legend of the Mothman remained as enigmatic and elusive as ever, a cryptid that seemed to exist on the fringes of reality, forever beyond the grasp of rationality. In the dark heart of Point Pleasant, the Mothman would continue to haunt the dreams of those who dared to seek the truth. So, what do you make of the Mothman mystery? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.